feel like being a provider has always been a fucking scam. Look at the niggas that was 100% providers, bro. Either they first child wasn't theirs or one of the children wasn't theirs. You feel me? 20 years into the marriage, 15 years into the marriage, the bitch want to leave. You can never keep the bitches happy. You know what I'm saying? You can take the bitch to all type of trips. She still don't feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a bitch a brand new Benz or whatnot. It's still not. That's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, it's not. It don't do shit for you, bro. As a man, it don't do nothing but keep you financially stressed, mentally stressed. You feel me? It's no point of doing that shit, bro. Focus on yourself, gang. Scope and mold yourself in your future, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just find you a bitch that's gonna get on your program. Or if she ain't trying to go 50-50, kick that hoe to the curb. Look, we in different times now, man. We gotta protect our goddamn mental and we gotta protect our pockets, bro. Too many of our uncles, grandpas, you feel me, father, them niggas was suckers. You feel me? Them niggas was suckers. They ain't have all this game that we got flowing all around. You know what I'm saying? We got all this game on these apps and shit, man. You feel me? Protect your pockets, protect your mental. Being a provider, in my opinion, it's a fucking scam, bro. All the niggas I seen that was providers, bro, they ain't never shared the dark side, bro, of how that shit drove them into being alcoholics, being on drugs and shit. You feel me? They didn't just provided for this ungrateful bitch, put her up in this house, this and that third, just for the bitch to divorce him, get the crib, and move a new nigga up in that bitch, and spending this nigga money. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, bro, it's a scam, bro.
Y'all think that the first question is, do y'all think that this is the sentiment of most guys today? And that's why they're asking to go 50-50.
I don't think that's the sentiment of most men. I think it's true. I don't think it's the sentiment. I think most men are asking to go 50-50 because they need to go 50-50.
So you don't think it's because they actually want some women to have equity into the game. You think it's more or less because it's more of a need, not a want type of thing.
Yeah. It's getting expensive out here.
Mika, why were you laughing?
I'm laughing, one, because of that wife beater, but two, it's just loose. But two, I'm laughing because it sounds equivalent to the women that are like, oh, our grandmas were getting cheated on, our grandmas were getting beat, and this, that, and the third. And it's like your grandma didn't know how to pick, and obviously your papa didn't either. So if your papa was getting scammed and your grandma, didn't know how to pick and was picking trash, that's what it sounds like to me, right? And it goes back to me saying that most of these people have never seen a functioning relationship. Everybody just seen everybody has just
I think that's just so easy to say when shit go awry. You didn't pick right.
Chat, I'm gonna be inserting y'all statement.
I mean, going to her point, I definitely think that, yeah, I would say a lot of people haven't seen what a good relationship is when it comes down to their parents. But I think a lot of people have seen what a good relationship is. And I think a lot of people understand what a good relationship is because it's not hard. I mean, like, if you're getting done wrong in a relationship, you kind of already know that's not something that you would want. If you see somebody else getting done wrong in a relationship, I mean, you can say that, hey, well, listen, I didn't see my parents or, my family members have a great relationship, but, I saw the things that I didn't want to be a part of. So, hey, I know what to look for when I go into my relationship. I mean, you have a lot of guys who, grew up in a household with drug addicts, alcoholics. A lot of these people say, hey, I grew up around a lot of addicts and alcoholics, but because I saw what it did to them, that kept me away from that. So I know what I need to do. So I think it's the same situation here when it comes down to a man or a woman having to find a relationship, even though they didn't see what that was when they were growing up, if y'all know what I'm saying. But let's continue.
So the more active you are, the more I'm gonna continue to throw stuff on the screen to throw Mika and the crew off. All right, guys. So
I'm just saying that's what I get. That's what I get from it. But I do agree with Quentin to a point. He might have said it for a different reason, but I do agree with Quentin's point of the 50-50 is a need nowadays, because most of them, like, he's not a millionaire. He don't even look like a thousandaire. He just looks like, okay, I want a chick, but all that you feel me, bro, tells me that there's no plan there. So that's probably why you have issues with women. All that you feel me, bro. I can't stand a man that talk that bruh and bro, feel me, bro, all day long. I can't do it. Like, I need you to talk with, I don't want to say a certain word. I just need you to talk with vibrato. I need you to talk like a man and tell me what you're trying to accomplish and do. That's it. Because no, I'm not a man, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't feel you, bro. No, I need you to tell me what you're trying to say. Just say it with your chest, if you got one. That's it.
I don't know what y'all be doing, because the last 2 or 3 women that I went out with, they tried to put they little card on the table. So, and I was appreciative.
A lot of women have to now. They cried and whined for equality, and so a lot of these men have become used to it. So they're like, okay, you can pay.
Or maybe them paying was a way to tell me I wasn't getting no box.
Well, most women, there are some women that will take out their card. They don't want to pay, but they'll try to see what you're trying to do. And then if you let them pay, it just instantly dry up. I've seen that, but which I think is stupid. If you didn't want to pay, don't pull it out.
Well, I'm gonna pull it out, but I ain't gonna pay. If that makes sense.
Sound like some dumb woman shit.
Carrie,
How do you feel? Very, very manly.
How do you feel about him saying that being a provider man is a scam? About the context behind why he said being a provider male is a scam. That a lot of guys in yesteryear got finessed and all of this other type of stuff.
I don't know his reference point. I don't believe that his reference point is a sound one. I don't hear men complaining about that. I just don't. The way that he was even talking, I couldn't tell if he was telling someone else's story or telling his own story. But this is a clear example of what I was talking about earlier with, like, following a man. Like, a woman would probably question him. They would probably be like, you sure? Because of the way that he was acting, the way that he was talking. I don't know that I believe that even if he provided for a woman, I don't know that I believe that he was walking how a man should walk as a husband to a wife. Like, the whole time he was referencing, what do you call it, bitch, hoe, whatever. He was just mad and just all over.
He did say it about 8 times.
Yeah, so I don't believe his grievance. And then something else I thought about.
I mean, I can get what the sister's saying in the middle, that's next to Anton, but I mean, it doesn't matter, if that man isn't, let's just say you feel like he isn't walking in that way, which he could be, but and he also could be at the same time. But at the end of the day, we're talking about overall, and he's just simply pointing out the fact that no matter what you do for a woman, no matter how many trips you take them on, no matter what you can do for them, no matter what, once again, this is not something that men will want to go through, because no matter what you do for the women, it will never be enough. And that's pretty much what he is trying to point out. But when a lot of women don't like what some of these guys may say, they only try to point at irrelevant things, right? Things that doesn't make any sense, things that has nothing to do with the conversation at hand. He's just simply saying from a point of view that, hey, well, listen, this is what you are going to go through as a man, because this woman's trying to make it seem as if, oh, well, that's really not the truth. I mean, there are many women out here who do, reciprocate value. And I would say there are a lot of women out here, man, who would even be considered good women. They call themselves good women. They don't even reciprocate value, which is why your men would say, hey, well, listen, we don't even want to add anything to these women. We don't want to give anything to these women. I mean, I've seen so many simps give these women the world, and these women still just kick it over to the wayside. Because once again, it's almost like it's a nature for women. It's almost like it's a nature of women to sit here and just not care about what you can do for them, right? But I mean, hey, once again, they say they want somebody that can do something for them, but the second you do and you give it to them a lot of times, or if you're being consistent with it, right, and they get it in abundance, they're going to say, no, we don't really want this stuff anymore. And that's the issue that a lot of men are running into.
In Genesis, it talks about
You said you couldn't do it, Karen.
I'm just saying, it was put on man that they're going to have to, like, you're going to have to work hard to earn what you got to earn. You're going to have to go through it. That's the result of decisions made. And in order for man and woman to, like, things are going to come between y'all, and you're going to really need God in order for y'all to figure it out. Like, it's going to be tough. Basically, it's going to be tough. And he came across as somebody who, I guess, is expecting it not to be tough. So, Bible Betty.
That is hilarious. We're I guess I would ask this question though. As men, without the feeling the feeling of being scammed or whatever, do you guys think men want to provide, like the men of today? Like, do they want to provide?
Do you think that the men of today want to provide, Mika? That they want to provide? Mika?
That's what I'm asking.
What do you think?
Oh, go ahead.
No, y'all go ahead. Y'all can jump in whenever y'all want.
I really think that they do. I think that the talking points and the internet and all of the noise makes it difficult for men to really, I guess those who say they don't, to not think they want to or not want to. I just don't see where it just seems too natural for y'all. I can see where it could be exhausting and you want to break or whatever, but it just seems like that is a big part of what brings you.
So you think that our identity in a lot of ways is also tied to our ability to be able to provide?
Yeah, I do. But I think what's messed up is women have created this idea of like what providing has to really look like. I think that the idea of what provision is and security is and being taken care of has been jaded and has to look this particular way, and it doesn't really leave space for a man to fill in his own blank on what providing for a woman, like me honestly providing as best I can for a woman. I think that got messed up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Carrie, on that. I think feminism robs men and women. I think it robs both of what they naturally want to do and can do. right? The roles that they will naturally fall in, without even societal norms, just like what you naturally feel. Because I think at the end of the day, even when you switch it, it's what you said about men, right? They I've never seen a man, even the dustiest one, want some type of purpose. They want to go out and have some type of purpose. And with women, even the most driven boss chick one, she still wants a man that wants to take care of her. So
Lex, do you agree or disagree with any of this?
I think that I think it's natural and in a man's nature to want to provide, but after seeing, their fathers or uncles or brothers or friends get dragged through, child support court, divorce court, getting played, et cetera, and not only that, like not being respected, it throws them off, but also, everything is so sexualized and open to where anybody's throwing it at you. So it throws men off. And what's missing in the equation is honestly, men are not chasing the right thing at the right moment, which is their purpose, not a woman. So that will align with you if you're chasing purpose first, and the right woman will come along at that time. You don't have to look for her. So I think that most men are chasing too much cat at the end of the day, and they're trying to choose because they have all of this option and all of this sex distracting them, and it's just throwing everything off.
What was you about to say, Slimmy?
I just want to address something that Lex just said.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, as the sister was saying earlier, that women have pretty much, try to give their own idea of what a provider is. Just, they muddy the water up because a lot of these women are hypergamous. A lot of these women are choosing to try to. They want men who can do so much for them, right? These women love in abundance. They love, and oh well, I will only love you if you can do this for me. You can do that, and what this man is saying, even then, when you do all of that, that still ain't good enough. But yet, these are the standards and these are the requirements of women. These are the things that women are saying that makes women go, that makes women happy, that can get you a woman. When really the case, it can get you a woman, but it ain't going to keep you. It ain't going to keep the woman there, man. And that's the sad thing about it, bro, because once again, this is just a waste of time for a lot of guys. This is a waste of time for a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are just fed up with it. A lot of guys are fed up with it, and they're just like, what's the purpose of even wasting my time doing this stuff? Because then they're going to also ask, if the relationship is just going to be this muddy, just imagine what it's going to be like once I get married to one of these hyenas, right? So y'all guys, let me know down below, man. What do y'all guys think? Like I said, man, men are just tired and fed up with the type of treatment and respect that we're getting today, man. We're not getting anything, and that's why a lot of your black women tend to be single mothers because a lot of guys don't mind just pumping and dumping. This is why a lot of your women that are in the sisterhood are the least married, because a lot of guys are looking at these sisters and saying, this is there's no incentive, that I don't get any incentives for dealing with this. I don't get any incentives for dealing with women here in America in general. But do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.